Hey Black Beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're not new here, be sure to like, comment, and you already subscribed. Go grab your tea, because this one about to get juicy, okay? Don't judge me. Today we're going to be telling a story about my sugar daddy experience. Yes. I was in a relationship with my children's father at the time. Me and him had just got into it. So, long story short, his baby mother had called my phone and she was telling me basically, oh, he trying to do this for me. He was over here trying to do that. So, in the midst of me asking him, why are you doing all of this? Why are you trying to cheat? This, that, and the third. He gets mad because she's calling my phone, so he breaks my phone. We done fought about it and everything else. The next day comes. I'm going to the Spanish store to get something to eat. Now, the Spanish store is located right on my baby father's block. Right there, where he be at. So, I go in the Spanish store and I'm ordering food. So, there's this guy behind me. He got on like a full suit and nice shoes and stuff like that. Glasses. He's like an older guy. Probably like my grandfather age. So... he's standing behind me and I order my food. I hear him say, "What are you eating? Why? You paying?" So he's like, "Sure, I'll pay if you sit down and eat the food with me." So I said, "All right, cool." Like, so I sat my ass down. Now let's come up with a name for him. So we're gonna name him let's see. Alright, stop playing. We're going to name him Chris, okay? We're going to name him Chris. While me and Chris was sitting down, me and Chris was having a conversation. If Get to Know You was a person, Chris' wife had died or whatever, right? Chris was looking for a nice, classy woman he wanted to marry. Mind you, he had the kids by himself because the wife had passed away. He wanted a wife. He wanted a mother figure. He wanted someone to care for him and his kids. He wanted to go on a lot of dates. He wanted to spend money. And he wanted to make a female happy. Okay? Period. That's what he wanted. I wanted some money. Period. That's what I wanted. I didn't mind going out on dates. We could go out on dates. I love to eat. You ain't saying nothing. I love to eat. We could go out on dates. But what's up with this money? Period. We was finished with our food and everything. So, we getting ready to go. And Chris asks me, he said, "Hey, so before you leave, can you put your number in my phone?" Remember, I told you my baby father had broke my phone the day before. So, I told Chris, I said, "Oh, no, someone stole my phone at work. I don't have my phone. I don't have a phone. I have to wait until I get paid to get me a phone." So Chris was like, "Okay, well, that won't be a problem. My car is getting fixed over there across the street. I'll just take you to get a new phone." So I said, "You just gonna take me to get a phone? Like, that's it? Like, you just gonna give me the phone?" Because, you know, I'm a young girl. So I'm used to all of the young boys always wanting something in return. Or nobody does nothing for free. So I'm like, "You getting me a phone?" So, you know how you meet somebody and you get that vibe and you just like, "Oh, it's off. It's off. I can't trust this person." Like, see, I didn't get that vibe from him. I felt like, in my heart, deep down inside, I feel like he was a good dude, which he turned out to be a good dude. I didn't get the shady vibes from him. So when he said he was going to take me to get a phone and he mentioned his car, I was like, okay. He pulled his truck around the corner and I was like, okay, he got money. He got money.
He got money. Get it off for him.
Gotcha, bitch.
What? He got money. Period. I jumped my ass in that passenger seat. So we drive, we go to Metro PCS. He buy me a new phone, pay the bill, whatever the case may be. He actually paid the bill for 3 months in advance. So I was like, he got money. He got money. He definitely got money. So he asked me where I lived. I was like, I live right on that same block that you just picked me up from. I live right around the corner from that block. I felt like I could trust him. Even though it was the first day we meeting him, it's crazy. I felt like I could trust him. I still didn't want him to know where I live because at this time I have 2 children and I still got this dumbass baby father who me and him still arguing and fighting. So you could drop me where you met me. He drops me back there. So before he drops me back there, he's like, okay, so he's telling me his work schedule and everything. He's like, I work a lot. I'm only off on Sundays. And I'm not off in the mornings. I'm only off in the afternoons. But then I have to be with the kids. So I'm only free this time and this time. We could go to dinner this time and this time. Like making mad plans. And I'm just like, calm down, calm down. Whoa, whoa, relax. I'm like, listen, how about you just call me when you free or text me when you free, and that's just gonna be the end of it. So he's like, okay. He gives me $100, and I'm like, oh my God, for me, for free? Like, what? I know $100 is not a lot, but it's like, I didn't even have to go to work for this. Like, it's just here. So I'm like, he done paid for my lunch. He done bought me a phone. And he done gave me $100. Okay, we going somewhere. We getting somewhere. We getting somewhere. So I get out the car, go home. I do not tell my baby father about this. Because why am I telling him? Wasn't you just over there at your baby mother's house doing blase, 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 blah? Right? So don't worry about what I'm doing. At least I'm coming home with a bag. You coming home with nothing. And you're still dry. So I decided I was going to do what I wanted to do. And he will always be at work. That's the only thing I had with him. He always was at work. When he was off work, he would call me, hey, I'm going to pick you up at 7 o'clock. We're going to go for dinner. He would take me to dinner, all these nice restaurants. He would always drop me off money. If he knew I had kids too. When it was time take the kids shopping, he would come drop me off money. Like one day he called me, he's like, hey, come downstairs. So I'm like, okay. At this time it's like a good 5 months in, still messing with dude. And when I say sugar daddy, I didn't give him no sugar. And I'm telling you, it's 5 months in now. 5 months in, I ain't give him no sugar yet. Now, you giving me all this. Imagine if I would have gave him the sugar. I think I would have been a wife. I probably would have been a wife right now. But he was like my grandfather age. So, no, we wasn't doing that. We wasn't doing that. And he didn't... he wasn't ugly, but he wasn't cute. It was like... He was just old. How am I supposed to judge something like that? He was old, okay? He was just old. When he spoil you don't gotta give him no coons. And he take you to the bank. So he'll call me, he'll say, hey, come downstairs. So I come downstairs, give me $700. And I just be like, oh my God, for me? For free? For free? He used to do that for a while. So one day, I was getting out of his car from coming from dinner. And I happened to get caught by my kid's father, okay? Don't judge me. Of course, he was mad. He was asking me mad questions. I didn't let him start no argument with me in front of the dude, though. I didn't. I waited till I got upstairs to even respond back. Because, listen, you ain't gonna mess up my bag, baby. You ain't gonna mess up my bag, baby. Like, what? You tripping. So we get upstairs. He's arguing with me. Oh, you getting out of niggas' cars. You doing this. You doing... I said, wasn't you just at your baby mother's house? Oh, so it's okay when you do something. But when I do something now, you can't breathe. You dying. You having a heart attack. Shut up and let me get this bag. I'm securing this bag. You not giving me no bag. You not bringing no money to the table. So let me do what I need to do. Period. I told him I was not going to stop talking to Chris. Because at the end of the day, Chris give me whatever I want. And I don't got to pop no cooch. You understand? Meanwhile, I'm home popping cooch for you and you my man. And it's like I'm popping it for free because what you bringing to the table? All right. But anyway, whether he liked it or didn't like it, it was not stopping. Period. Okay, so one day, my baby father, he had a job interview, right? And he didn't have, like, he wanted to wear, like, a suit, shoes, and stuff like that. And he didn't have, like, the money for it. So I had wound up calling Chris, and I'm like, hey, Chris, I need you to do me a favor. I wanted to know if you could do me a favor. So he's like, what? Anything, honey? What's going on? Like, Chris was the type of dude that wanted attention. Like, he wanted attention. He wanted nice conversations. He didn't talk about sex. Like, the only time he mentioned sex when he was saying, like, you know, when I get married, then I'll have sex, and I'll probably have another kid once I get married again. I wanted to be, like, he was basically saving himself for marriage. So he never really talked about sex and stuff like that. His conversations would be good conversations, like, well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And he was basically telling me about all of these stocks and bonds and how his job is doing good, and he's the manager, and he makes all of this money, and he just wants to spoil you a beautiful woman, and hopefully one day in the future the woman could be his wife. Like, little stuff like that, like conversations where I can keep up with, you know, when I could keep up with stuff like that. He basically was very generous. So I called him. I said, hey, I need you to do me a favor. He asked me what the favor was. I said, my cousin has a job interview and he needs a suit and shoes, and I actually want to help him out because he really needs this job. So he was like, sure, no problem. After work, I'll come over and I'll just take y'all. So I'm like, okay, cool. So it was my baby father, his friend, and Chris had pulled up. So we had all jumped in his car, and I had introduced them to Chris. So I'm like, hey, Chris, this is my cousin. Said my baby father's name. I said, this is his friend. I know y'all might think, you know, I was doing too much, but baby girl, he had money. I wasn't doing enough. Is you dumb? So yeah, we wound up going to 3rd Avenue. Chris got him the shoes, got him the whole suit, and he went to his interview the next day. Like, so basically Chris was basically taking care of me, my baby father, and my children because he was coming through. So I started distancing myself from Chris because I had got pregnant with Harmony. Now, if y'all don't know Harmony, but Harmony's my 3rd child. I had got pregnant with Harmony, and I didn't want him to know that I was pregnant. Because, again, I'm having him think, yeah, I'm saving myself for you. We gonna get married in about 5 years. We gonna be good. Like, so I'm over here spitting game to him. How am I gonna be pregnant? I don't even have a boyfriend. I told him I don't even have a boyfriend. He thinks my boyfriend is my cousin. So at this point, it's like do or die, baby. So I really started distancing myself from him. He would come. At this time, it was winter, and my stomach was getting big. And he would come over to drop me off money, and I would have to wear this big old coat. And it was just so weird. So one day, he actually called me without the coat, and my stomach I was just pregnant. I was about 6 months pregnant at this time that he called me. So I was not answering my phone for him because I did not know what to say. I didn't want to cut myself off from the money train. So I did not want to tell him, you know, that I was pregnant. I didn't want to tell him I was pregnant. So I hid it. I didn't say anything. So when I got caught that day, he was asking me, he was like, hey, your stomach look kind of bloated, like it looked kind of swollen. What's going on? I'm like, no, I got a tumor, so they got to do surgery. So that's why I haven't been calling you, because I've been in pain. I've been in and out the hospital. I'm really having problems. Like, he was like, oh my God, you okay? Do you need anything? Listen, I was stupid. I was just making a mad dumb shit. I know this man not stupid. I know he was like, this bitch lying, but he never really said like, oh, you're lying. You lying about this. You lying. He never said that. So I felt like I was good. So I basically kept my distance for a couple months. I wound up having my daughter. And a few months after that, I had wrote him and I was like, hey, I'm on this block. I'm at my own house. Can you come over and give me a few dollars because I want to take the kids outside? So it was me, my cousin, and Harmony. She was pushing Harmony in the stroller. So his truck had pulled up on the side of us. I guess he was coming, but we was already outside. So instead of him calling, he just pulled up on the side of us. So he's like, hey. I ain't know what to do because I had Harmony with me, and I didn't want him to know, like, okay, so she told me she had a tumor, she disappeared, now it's a baby, and I didn't want him to know none of that. So I was scared to go to the car. So I went to the car, and he's like, hey, how's everything? How you been? I miss you. When are we gonna go for dinner? I can't wait to talk to you. I have a lot to talk about. I have good news from my job. My kids is doing good. Like, he was basically trying to tell me his whole everything that happened in the time frame that I was going. So I'm like, listen, we gonna schedule that. So he hands me $200, and he goes, hey, who kid? Nice kid. So I'm like, oh, that's my cousin kid. So he's like, oh, okay, congratulations. So my cousin is laughing. She's like, thank you. I had great times with Chris. Run him up again. We would go to all types of restaurants. We would go downtown to 42nd Street. If you're not from New York, then you probably don't know. But if you know, you know. We used to go downtown to 42nd Street. We used to go everywhere. Everywhere that I have told him I have never been, I swear to God, he took me there. That was the best dude I have ever met. When I told you he gave me everything I wanted, he gave me every single thing I wanted. Now, like I said, Chris liked the attention. During the time span of me being pregnant and disappearing from Chris, I had wound up moving to Staten Island. I had to travel some time to get to Chris, like, because he would always pull up in the Bronx to drop me off money because it was close to where his job was. Like, it was in the area. Like, even though he worked in Manhattan, he would just get on the freeway and come straight to the Bronx. Now, Staten Island, he wasn't with all that. You got to go over the bridge, pay the toll, do all this. He wasn't with all that. So, anytime I wanted money from him, I had to come all the way to the Bronx. And it got tiring after a while. It got really tiring. So, we just drifted apart. And it's so funny because to this day I still have his number in my phone, and it's crazy because I text him recently and I'm like, hey Chris, how's everything? And I thought he wasn't gonna know who I was, and he was like, hey, how you been? How's everything? Are you still in South Carolina? And I'm like, yeah, I'm still here. And he's like, how's the kids? How would you like it if I paid for your plane ticket to come to a round trip plane ticket to come to New York to visit me on the weekend? We could go out for lunch. We could do dinner. We could, like, basically he missed talking to me and shit. And I'm just like, no, that's not going to be a good idea. I have children, sir. I have to be a mother. I'm not on that type of time no more, y'all. But that experience to me was a good experience because he gave me everything. He gave me anything. And as a young girl, that's all I needed. I didn't need time to pay the rent, Louis to pay for the groceries, Kenneth to pay the light bill. No, I didn't need none of that. I had Chris to pay every single thing. Period. When you get you a Chris, keep the Chris. Okay? Don't matter who you with, keep the Chris. Alright? That's the advice I'm giving. If y'all don't like my advice, get off my channel. I don't know what to tell you. That was my experience. Yours might have went a little different. But yeah. So I definitely had a sugar daddy. And sometimes I be missing that nigga because I be like my first and only, because he's my first and only sugar daddy that I had. So if you like the story, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you follow all of my social medias. And I am off this. Deuces.